I still try to understand why people that aren't within the situation get so offended. It's like weirds me out, man. Like when people are so passionate about saying this person didn't earn the opportunity or this person.
Oh,
what? How do you
talking
know?
about Joe? Is that what you're talking about?
Who?
Joe Thomas. That's what you.
No. Actually, I wasn't even referencing him.
He was passionate about it.
There was another. I mean, Bill Cowher was passionate about it. I wasn't even referencing him. I had just saw another clip.
Was Bill Cowher against it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Did he make that Cowher face?
Yes,
Remember
he
used
did.
To make that face?
Yes, he did. He did at the end.
Said it was a travesty
He made
to the
face
coaches
at the
on that
end.
staff. Yeah.
I'd watch them go like 8-0 with Jeff Saturday as head coach.
I'm just saying, man. It's just for me. Like now, Bill Cowher could get upset and have a gripe. You know, Joe Thomas can be upset and have an opinion. You know why? Because they're within the parameters of, okay, this is something I've done. It's been a part of my life, so on and so forth. But if you're just regular media or if you're –
why does it affect you?
Why are you so outraged?
Who cares?
Like really, what are you – I don't understand. Oh, this goes against everything that hard work represents and this – no experience. Like, listen, if a person has a relationship with someone who has the ability to hire, you tell me in what business – and what category people don't hire based off of familiarity.
That's how life works.
That's how life works, bro.
It's
like what are we tripping out for? Like you acting like
Teleberto.
If you didn't get an opportunity where you probably are someone who's sitting in a job that got an opportunity because your mom said that my daughter's husband's boyfriend's friend is right. Yeah, right. Did y'all see what I did there?
Yeah, I
husband's
saw that.
boyfriend.
I was very aware of that.
So at the end of the day, you probably got an opportunity because somebody advocated for you.
The hardest part is getting the foot in the door, and then once you have your foot in the door, it opens up other doors to other opportunities.
And how exactly do you get your foot in the door?
And Jeff Saturday had his foot in the door. It opened up those opportunities. They called him. They probably offered him a decent amount of cheddar, and he said, "Okay, I'll take it." But the idea that all of a sudden,
like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world.
He took over a head coaching job for 8 games. Like maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, he goes back and he does TV and he continues on with that. But this idea,
do not minimize or diminish all of the hard work that these coaches have put in for all this time, for all these years that were passed over for that gig. Do not diminish it. And I'm being sarcastic. But there's a lot of people that feel that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that feel that way. And listen, you're entitled to feel the way you want to feel. I get that. But it is a coaching job. It's a coaching job. Why are you so outraged? Tell me. Please help me understand. Why are you so outraged? That like to think that there's been things said where it's like nobody's going to want to go to Indianapolis. Look at how they do things. Nobody go yes, the hell they do.
Yeah, well,
yes, the hell they will.
For starters, that's one of the biggest points that I'm like, really? You know what's going to make him go to Indianapolis, Dallas, wherever? The check. Like if they're a free agent, they're going to pay me $5 million more. Yeah, I'm going there. Where's that at? Oh, Ottawa. They've got a team in Ottawa to Canada now. Yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah.
If they're going to pay me $5 million more.
I mean, think about how many bad organizations are there in the National Football League that you could just think of 22. Off the top of your head.
Yeah,
22.
Okay.
I thought a round number 22 because I only think there's 10 who are actually trying to win the Super Bowl.
And how many times have those 22 teams had a problem getting employees as coaches, GMs, or players on that team?
Yeah.
How many times?
Like Christian Kirk signed with Jacksonville. Was it because he loved the organization and the direction, or the fact they offered him like $85 million to go there? Come on, man.
Yeah, nobody's going to go work there. I have not seen a team miss a season yet because they couldn't get enough employees to be a part of the organization.
You imagine one of these guys that's hanging on in the XFL or one of these other leagues, and the Indianapolis Colts call him and say, "Hey, we'd love to give you a tryout." Nah, I'm not happy about what you guys did with your head coaching search. Jeff Saturday's your guy, so I'm going to go ahead and sit this one out. It's such BS. It's this fake outrage from people in the media that want to pretend like it was the most disastrous thing that's ever happened. For Christ's sake, it's 8 games. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you move on.
I don't care if it was for one game. What is your problem? Like, what is your He got hired. What's your problem? Oh, skipping the process. All right, if a guy gets fired during the course of the year, listen, to anybody who's trying to make it seem like they found a loophole to the Rooney Rule. They found a loophole. It's anarchy. Like, bro, everybody is not going to fire their coach in season. That's not going to become a trend to try to avoid hiring a minority.
What do you think the percentage of people, if you were to tell them, all right, there's a really long line to get into something, and you were to say, you can skip the line or you can stay where you are, but it's going to take a long time. Yeah. What percentage of people would say, nah, I'm going to wait this one out. I feel bad for skipping the line. Majority are going to say, well, yeah, if it's going to save me time and I can get to where I want to go, I'll take the opportunity.
I get the VIP pass every single time I go to a theme park. And I don't feel an ounce of anything when I'm walking past all those people to go to the front and jump on the ride without waiting. No, I don't feel an ounce of anything. I don't look at them and like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you know what? Like, man, you probably have been sitting here. The first of the line, the sign said, 3-hour wait.
This.
Man, look here. I'm getting on this ride.
Yep.
I'm gonna get all these rides done, and then I'm gonna go get me a Modelo, and I'm gonna chill.
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna do, and I don't feel anything about it. If somebody came to me based off of what my body of work has been, you can tell me what my body of work isn't. I could care less. But if my body of work has led to me having an opportunity and I got that opportunity, I don't have to answer to anybody about it other than the person that is hiring me, my family, and anyone who is directly, personally involved with the scenario. Outside of that, I could care less about what you think or what you feel.
I mean, I've heard people in the media complain when former athletes like you guys get opportunities and say, well, look, just because they're an athlete, they
doesn't mean that they can do radio or be a host.
My own point is, well, yeah, that's how it works. Like, they have a name. That name carries value. They know what they're talking about. And let's just be truthful here. They know more than us when it comes to actually playing the game. So, yes, there is a value. They may have skipped the line, but a line shouldn't apply to everybody, and it didn't apply to them, and it didn't apply to you guys, and it didn't apply to Jeff Saturday. He's the head coach of the Colts, so who cares?
I would also say this about the conspiracy theory that Jim Irsay was so savvy that he thought far enough ahead and saying, oh, he wants to hire Jeff Saturday, he wants to skirt and get around the Rooney Rule. I don't think Jim Irsay thinks that far ahead.
No.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't know that he's thinking that far ahead or is that conniving to be able to come up with that sort of idea or strategy. I mean, maybe someone else around him whispered it to him while he was leaning up against his tree with the band singing. But I don't. That's just me, though. I mean, you guys tell me. Does he come off as the type of guy who's a checkers or a chess guy?
You kind of sounded like Chris Collins for a little bit.
What does it sound like? What would that sound like?
I got to tell you, like, I'm watching Jeff Saturday, and he's leaning up against that oak tree, and golly, is that a banjo in his hand or what?
He looks a little bit wider than what Jim Irsay has on the other side of the tree. I got to tell you.
He's impulsive. Look at his entire track record. Look at the quarterback position. How many quarterbacks have they blown through? Like, Andrew Luck walks off the
through a lot of them.
Walks away from the team. Great point. Walks away from the team. And what do they do immediately after? All right, Jacoby Brissett, here's a 2-year deal. And then the very next year, they had another quarterback. And then it was, we make a trade for Carson Wentz, and that lasted a year. And then we make a trade, we bring in Phillip Rivers, or we make a trade for Matt Ryan, then he's got it. Like, wasn't it?
They've had a coach's carousel as well.
3-4 weeks ago, Matt Ryan was done. They were going with Sam Ehlinger. And now Matt Ryan's back. He's impulsive. It's what he does. So no, he doesn't think this far ahead. That's Jim Irsay.
But here's the thing. There's no need to justify him. It's his team.
Right.
Like, let's stop here for a second. Like, let that sink in to everyone that has their conspiracy theory.
He's not allowed to hire what he
Everybody that
wants
to hate on him or think what. It's his team.
No, it's not allowed.
If he wants to run that bad boy into the ground, it is well within his rights to do so. Well,
it's hard to do.
Unless you turn your working conditions into conditions that are obviously clearly going to be judged and measured.
I knew it was coming full circle.
Outside of that,
Hail to the commando.
I mean, unless you're giving yourself merits to being ousted as an owner, if you're not egregious in your workplace environment and different things like that. If you want to make decisions over a coach that aren't going to lead to winning scenarios, if you want to hire GMs that aren't qualified, you want to hire media or salespeople that people don't feel are qualified, you know what? It's his team.
It's like telling someone, I don't like the design of your house. Kiss my ass. I'm paying the mortgage.
Why didn't you put a bigger TV there?
Like, I don't know.
Why you have this in your refrigerator? Like, you should have more of this and more of that. And you know what? Like, get your stuff. Like, it's like that person that walks into your house and they see all of the shoes lined up in a certain place in the house, and they don't even take a moment to say, am I supposed to take my shoes off?
Yeah, that's me, though.
Yeah, well, I would immediately tell you, like, Jonas, do you know how many germs are on the bottom of your shoes?
Yeah.
And you're totally oblivious to, you're tracking that all through my crib. Like, I don't want foot and mouth toe disease, all that. I don't want that. Like, take your shoes off, bro.
Yeah,
you want some socks? I'll get you some socks. Like, you want some slippers? I'll get you some house slippers. Don't wear that filth through my crib, man.